What's good, guys? The Novice, another review. This time it's Birdman and the Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance. This is a 2014, I guess you could say psychological drama, starring Michael Keaton. He plays an actor who used to be like a big time movie star, like decades before, and was most known for playing a superhero. And now he's trying to become more relevant by doing this play that he, I believe, self-directed and wrote and produced. Also, I don't believe he. I'm not sure if he self-directed it because of Zach Galifianakis. I don't know his name. Zach Galifianakis's character, but he definitely is supposed to have produced and wrote it. That's what I read off the IMDb blurb. But here's my impression of this movie. This is the sentence. This movie is the first proof I need that we might be living in a simulation. Listen to my argument. Okay, I've been watching a lot of Rick and Morty, so that's partly what inspired this. Um, I did watching in this movie that all the surreal moments, ironically, they feel the most organic and natural. When it's like 100% surreal, like stuff that wouldn't make sense with real life laws of physics and all that stuff, that's when, to a degree, not completely, I'll get to it, this movie feels most organic. But there are moments that are supposed to be real, like down to earth, genuine. But I question, is Michael Keaton dreaming this? Is this. And the reason I question it is because he's a good actor in this movie. Ed Norton, good actor in this movie. Emma Stone, good actor in this movie. Naomi Watts. There are other people whose names I don't know their real names because I haven't cared to look them up, to be honest. The lady who plays the critic, one of the other Coen stars, theatre actor people, dark haired lady, Zach Galifianakis. I like when he's serious, by the way. Serious to me is always better, like Chris Hemsworth in Extraction. There are these people who they all felt genuine, but I noticed throughout the movie there are certain moments where you can tell that something just doesn't. It feels like someone in their head is trying to make a good movie, but they can't completely. There's still something uncanny. Here's an example with the main character, Michael Keaton. There's two scenes where he talks to someone who I believe is his ex-wife. The first scene, he's talking to her, or they're having a talk about past times, and she says something to him, and there's something about the way you can tell his eyes and his face shows off. It's not like his character is a d-bag intentionally. Um, Maybe he's a d-bag in other ways, but it almost feels like he's playing a game and he's on story mode, but the it's playing automatically, like he can't fast forward through it. So he is invested, but he's not truly in it. He's not truly like there with it. Again, it didn't feel like he was being a dick or he was being a bad actor or Michael Keaton playing the role or even the character was um yeah, it just felt like the character he was playing wasn't completely like there. Like literally, he wasn't completely. Almost like some Inception, like I'm stuck in limbo type of ish. But then when he's doing like 100% nonsensical, this doesn't make sense stuff, it felt organic. It felt part of the fabric of the story. And then I realized this movie, on the face of it, is meant to be a meta commentary about the craft of acting, the industry of like drama and films versus being a movie star, being known for superheroes stuff and other blockbuster stuff. That seems like the meta commentary on the face of it, with Michael Keaton playing the role, Ed Norton people who have been in these kind of roles. But to me, the true meta commentary is this. The true meta commentary is when you're someone who, as an actor, someone who's, even if you're not an actor, as long as you're invested in this industry and you wanna kind of find some well of emotion to drive your performance, you get to a point where you're maybe not sure what you're like when you're truly genuinely emotional and when you're acting as an emotional person. And that's when it clicks for me that that could be proof that I'm just imagining my life and I'm sitting in a pod somewhere. do you know what I mean? Because the again, it's the little things. Conversation with the ex-wife. He has one near the start of the movie, in the first hour, 45 minutes, first 45 minutes, and then one near the end of the movie. And then there are scenes where, because he's playing the actor, you can tell he, Ed Norton, a couple other people are trying to search for that through their craft and their performance. They're trying to search for that genuine well of authentic feeling in order to drive their craft and what they do. But then in doing so, it makes you question, when are these people ever what is real to them? What is real to me watching it as a viewer? I'll give another example. There's a scene that I'm not sure I want to spoil because I want people to see it for themselves. When there's a couple scenes actually. Ed Norton is on stage with someone, Naomi Watts. Something happens, and how do I say this? You know what? It's a 6-year-old movie. Spoilers, spoilers. He gets a hard on stage. When he gets a hard on stage, he's so shocked, but not in the like, oh, this could never happen. He's just like, yeah, finally, I feel something. You can tell him as a person. He is so, and as an actor especially, he is so invested in his craft. He has a conversation with Emma Stone, her character, where he says that things feel so effortless on stage for him that it's off stage where he just struggles. And this is the character Ed Norton who I like the most because he seems like a dick, but he is honest. There's a lot of like snaky people that you meet in life, as well as these movies, where they pretend like they're not a dick when you know they are. When they know they are, more importantly. But even this character, who seems arguably the most authentic, is someone who struggles to channel like that true, genuine authenticity inside of him in order to perform on stage and perform in life. So that's another example that hit me. Wait, I wonder how much is this just like maybe some of the people in this movie, or more importantly, the main character himself, imagining these events and these hardships to make life interesting for him. And then there are things that are supposed to be part of life too, but are more down to earth, like having a conversation with his ex-wife, being in hospital near the end of the movie. I won't say. Well, actually, you know what? It's spoiler time. So after the opening night scene, things that are supposed to be like, oh, whoa, that really just happened. It feels like it doesn't truly, like that stuff doesn't truly register in terms of the real life danger of it. But the surreal parts are when he feels most organic, when he hears the voices in his head. Do you know what I mean? It's just, there's something about this movie. Why is it this guy is flying around? I thought at first, truly, like this dude was just so. He had such like a mental like breakdown of his life and his career, and his depression was almost like forming a split personality for him, represented by like this Birdman like voice in his head that represents all his deep thoughts that he won't say. But then at the end of the movie, the very last shot, he does the thing where he flies around, presumably, and then his daughter Emma Stone goes out, and I'm guessing she sees him flying about. That just confirms for me that scene, as well as the little scenes all around. Like there's a scene with a homeless dude where he seems like he's shouting, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Oh, you know what? I'm just giving some range." Like, what the f? What's going on with this movie? This movie is like Inception or something. Arguably a better version of Inception. And that's it. That's my thoughts. It makes me feel like, oh, maybe I'm just imagining my life, and I'm sitting in a pod somewhere, and the mundane things, because there are things that are genuine that have happened in my life, and I don't have the emotional reaction that I should have, and it makes me question myself. That, oh, am I human? Why aren't I reacting how people should react? Because I've noticed that I can react a bit more than I should, a bit more exaggerated when it's little things. So maybe I'm just not accustomed to stuff that should truly produce a reaction out of me. But that's my thought. Tell me your thoughts if you've watched this movie down below. If you haven't watched this movie, would you watch it now? Like I said, this is a spoiler review, so if you're watching at your own peril. If you like this video, please take a look at my others, and that's it. Signing off.